Hey guys, it's Chris with CT Golf Reviews. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Season 6. Today, we are at Minnechaug Golf Course in Glastonbury, Connecticut. I've been told by many people to come here and play this one because it's a nice little 9-hole course. It's got a little bit of a challenge to it and a lot of people thought I would enjoy it. So we're here. Let's get out there and play, shall we? If you're looking for a quick but surprisingly challenging round, Minnechaug Golf Course is one of those hidden gems in central Connecticut. This 9-hole par 35 layout stretches just over 2,600 yards, but don't let the length fool you. It's tight, strategic, and keeps you thinking the whole way around. The standout here is the par 3 8th with its island green, which can make or break your round in a hurry. The course sits at the base of Minnechaug Mountain, giving you some really nice scenery, and the conditions are typically solid for a public muni. It's the kind of place that's perfect for a fast round, working with your irons, or just getting out without having to do a full 18. It's simple, affordable, and it's pretty fun. But hey, don't take my word for it. Get out there and play yourself. You know what would be amazing? If this channel can actually finally get monetized so I can invest in better equipment, because if you guys saw my setup right now, I don't know where my other tripod is, and I've got a tripod that is attached to one of those mini wraparound tripod camera holder things. So if the shots seem a little weird or lopsided, I'm trying my best, guys, okay? But we're about to tee off right now, and I'm looking forward to this round, so let's get out there. I love it. The course has motorized carts and not those electric things. Have I ever mentioned how much I love the smell of the gas that comes out of these? All right, tee off. Oh, I found a glove too. I'm within the course, so we're good. Not the best line. We'll work with it. So right now the wind is going slightly right to left. I'm using pitching wedge because I still don't have a rangefinder. I just scolded the shit out of that. Hell yeah, I scolded that. Look at that. I'm in the woods and the green's all the way over there. That's a pitching wedge. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh my God, I hit the flag stick. Well, we're starting out with 6 on the first hole. What else is new? So the next hole that I'm about to play was originally a par 4, and as you can see, all the tee boxes are up there, where all that orange is. These guys over here were telling me that the neighbors were complaining because golf balls are hitting their house. Don't live next to a golf course then. You know what you're getting yourself into. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. You chose to live here. Accept the consequences. You live on a golf course, expect the ball to hit your house. Right on the edge. The shitty thing is that felt good too. You can take it out. hole's a par 4, right? The hole's a par 4.
If it was over there, yeah, it'll be a par 4.
Well, the sign says it's a par 4. Well, that ball's gone. I lost it, so I'm just going to drop another one. Because I'm not playing for money and I'm not a pro. I'm not playing for money and I'm not a pro. Apparently all these range sessions weren't doing me any good, huh? Like, look at that. I just chunked it again. I can't tell. I've noticed this course has a lot of these tarps around. I'm wondering if either the grass is damaged or that's just parts where they don't want us to play in general. But they're everywhere. You can see there's one over there. There were some over on the first hole. Probably, you know, harmless, you know, just trying to protect the grass, but still. I'm okay with that. Still king of the 3 putts. So that we've got a little bit of a dog leg going to the left. Driver's going to be too much. All reliable is going to be too much. So I'm taking up my 1 iron. That might have worked out. I landed in somebody's divot. I don't play by those rules. I'm moving it. Cry me a river. Oh, it's good. I'm on the fringe. That's good. Hey, by the way, shout out to whoever this guy is. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but like, there's a dude printed on this ball, and it's been lucky. So shout out to whoever you are. Off to the left. I mean, there's a window, right? I can hit this. I'm just gonna like try to do it easily. And literally just right out onto the fairway. This is gonna be an easy one. Ready? And if not, this is gonna go viral. Who cares? See? Told you. Got it through the window. Hell, I'm so confident in that last one, I'm going to do it again. That might have worked out. So I had to mute this clip because there was music playing in the background. I didn't want to get copyrighted, but I'll walk you through. I chipped the ball, and it misses to the left. Look at that. You know, the crazy thing is I'm actually okay with this. I'm okay with that. By the way, you guys notice I got the shot tracer after 6 seasons? I figured it'd be easier to watch the videos. That's off to the left. It actually might have landed on that tarp. Find out. Oh, come on, spin back. What am I saying? I don't know how to spin a damn ball. It's not a place I want to be right now. It's all right. So I'm a little torn on this one because I'm playing easy. It's 210 yards out, straight out that way. So I'm gonna tee off with a 5-iron and break my own rule. What rule is that? I never tee off with irons, unless it's on a par 3. The shitty thing is that it's the best iron shot I think I've ever had. Looks like you get to see how the bunkers are, and they ain't that great, I'll tell you that much. All right, so I'm looking at straight on, pretty much right over this hill. Here we go. Last couple of times I haven't really been good out of the bunkers, so let's see if anything changes. I don't know why, but that might have benefited me. Literally went laser straight off the lip and straight up. I knew I should have picked 3-wood. Yes, I'm putting it. Oh, that might not have been too bad. That whole set, not today. So I figure while I'm driving to the 8th tee, which is apparently a quarter mile away from the 7th tee, I'll talk about how I feel so far. I don't even know if I should be on the sidewalk or on the road. Look at what I'm dealing with right now. That's where I am. Anyway, good round so far. Course is average. I'm not going to lie, it's average. It is your typical 9-hole muni, and that's really it. I'm enjoying it, but it's really not much to brag about. I'm not saying it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. You know, every hole has its own individual quality to it, but it's just nothing that I would like brag about to anybody. So I've got the score in my mind right now. I still have 2 holes to go before I make a final decision, but this should be a relatively quick review, hopefully. We're approaching the, oh, yep, there we go. We're approaching the 8th hole. Making sure I don't get hit by anybody. Supposedly, this was originally an 18-hole course. The neighborhoods that are around here bought out. Oh my God, there's an island green. I'll get back to that in a second. Hold on. The neighborhood bought out half of the golf course, which is why this is only a 9-hole now. But I'm so excited. This is the 2nd island green I think I've hit onto. Let's make it better than Traditions was. Oh, I'm excited. This might have raised the score a little bit. I love island greens, man. I love them. Oh, that's looking all right. That's looking all right. Oh!
Nice.
Oh! I'm jinxing it by saying this, but I'm putting for birdie. So I'm going to be extra careful with this. I'm curious to see where the pitch mark is. Wow, man. This is pretty. I love island greens. I absolutely love them. That was my pitch mark. There is the hole. Pitch mark, hole. Literally a foot away. That's the best shot I've ever had on this channel. Now let's sink this birdie. All right. I love a good birdie. We are on our way to the last hole of the course. You guys should know by now, that's the part where I say, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notifications whenever I am either live or posting a new video. I try to post every Saturday, but I don't get to post every Saturday because, let's face it, I don't get to play golf every week. But Saturdays are usually my release days. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook at CT Golf Reviews. And I think it's time for us to go back to where we started, because it looks like this is just going to bring us in one big circle back to where the course actually starts so we can get to the last hole. Yeah, man. I don't know if I could legally drive this thing on the road, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, hold on. Oh, I overshot it. Way overshot it. All right, let's bring out the devastating flop shot. Hopefully. Now I'm a little nervous because it's either going to go way that way or it's going to go straight up. I don't know. Oh, that's what I wanted it to do. Let's go. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, you're kidding me. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into this review. I'm sitting here in the car. The air conditioner is going. I've got my lemonade right here, and I am ready to talk. So where do we start? I think we should start by saying this course is a typical Muni. And from what I understand, as I was saying a little bit earlier in the video, but I figure I could go into a little bit more detail about it now, this course used to be an 18-hole course years and years ago. So I'm thinking that explains part of the layout of it. There are some holes where I was a little confused, mainly the second hole. But I've also never played a course where it ends with 2 par 3s. Obviously, that means that at some point there should have been more going on with the course as far as their layout and extension and everything. But the guy that I was playing with was telling me that the neighborhood in here, the course had pretty much gotten bought out. Half of the property had gotten bought out, so they took out 9 holes and built residential homes in here. Hence the reason why you're driving through neighborhoods and on public roads in order to go from like hole 7 to hole 8 and from hole 8 to hole 9. So I'm wondering if that's the original layout or not, or maybe those were like holes from the other end of the course that no longer exists. Either way, not bad, but again, it's your typical Muni. So we'll get into the layout first. I'm going to give the layout a 5 because there's really not much that you're dealing with here. I mean, granted, it's not an up and down course like a lot of them are, but again, the fact that it could have been more, possibly was more near the end, affects it because, you know, the 2 par 3s, having to drive all that way just to get to the last 2 holes. But my gripe is the second hole. Supposedly the second hole is a par 4, at least that's what the sign says, but all of the tee boxes are blocked off. Why are the tee boxes blocked off? Because the people that live right next to the course don't want people hitting balls wrong or having bad shots and either going through their window or onto their property. And this is what I have to say to that, like I had said before. Don't live on a damn golf course. There's an idea. Don't live on a damn golf course. And if you're going to live on a golf course, understand that not everybody is a PGA pro and hits the ball laser straight like Rory McIlroy, okay? People are going to have shanks. People are going to have bad shots. People are going to have duffs, tops, whatever. A ball is going to end up in your yard or hitting your house if you live on a golf course. You made the choice to live there. You bought the house knowing that you're on a firing range, basically, and that maybe not all of your stuff is going to be safe. Don't complain. You chose to live there. That's your problem. Shouldn't be ours. Don't ruin a hole and make it confusing as hell because I didn't know whether I was playing a par 3 or a par 4 because you don't want your house hit. You moved there. You chose to live there. Your problem, not mine. Sorry, not sorry. I'm speaking on behalf of golfers all over the place. Holes are relatively straightforward. You got a couple of dog legs in there, both left and right. You got short par 4s. You got long par 4s. You got a par 5 in there. You've got decent par 3s. I love the island hole. I'll tell you that much. That island hole actually it made me raise the score of this course a little bit because I love a good island hole. And you saw how I did on it. I was a foot away from that hole when I hit. Rolled off a little bit. Okay, still got the birdie. I'm all right with that. But I'm giving the layout a 5. It's relatively simple as long as you follow the cart path, which there's not necessarily a full cart path, but there is a cart path. I can't give it the full half point, so just take that into consideration. But I did get a logo ball, so that is a half point right there. And the carts were gas-powered, so I got to actually drive in places where the cart needed to go and not get shut down, which is amazing because I hate when that happens on these nicer courses. So with all of that being said, layout gets a 5. Scenery is going to get a 6, and I'm being nice about that because I'll be honest with you, it was very tough for me to get beauty shots of this course because there's really not much to see because it's that simple. If I had my drone, if I didn't lose my drone, it would have made it a little bit easier for me to get the overhead shots. As you can see, I have to work off of the screen recording and get Google Maps to like do the, virtual 360 thing. I don't like doing that. I promise you guys, I will have a drone by the end of this season or the beginning of next season because I've got to get that. I really liked it, and I thought it made my life easier. But I mean, as far as the actual beauty of the course, they do a good job, but there's really not much to look at. Straight on holes, banking, roots sticking out of the ground, cart paths really aren't paved everywhere. The sand isn't really that nice looking. The greens are nice, I can tell you that much. The greens are really nice. But that's really all that you've got. The clubhouse doesn't really have much, but, I'm not saying any of this in a negative way. This might just be what they have to work with. That might not be any fault of their own. They're trying. They're making their best effort to make the course look presentable for the people that go and play there. Unfortunately, though, I've seen better courses, and I have to be fair. This isn't really a better looking course. But for what they have to work with, they do a good job. So the scenery is going to get a 6. The conditions, I'm going to give a 7 because, like I said, the greens are very nice. The fairways are fairly kept well, except for where all of the tarping was. I know that's not their fault either. It's still relatively into the new season. It's April right now. I posted this, I think, May. Go back and look at the timestamp whenever I posted it. And quite honestly, it's a typical Muni. It's a typical Muni. It's what you're going to get for a typical 9-hole golf course in Connecticut. There's really not much to brag about, but at the same time, there's really not much to complain about. So don't go into this place thinking that it's going to be, a miniature Augusta or a miniature Bethpage or something like that, because it's not. But for what they have to work with, they do a good job. I will reiterate that, and I will repeat it as much as I have to. I'm not trying to sit here and badger them by giving them lower scores. I'm being honest, okay? Like I said, I got my logo ball. The people that were inside were fairly nice. I'm not scoring staff anymore because I don't feel like pissing anybody off. But the people that I had an interaction with were really nice. Shout out to Ralph and Robert, the 2 guys that I played with. Hope you guys are doing well. If you ever see this video, it was great playing with you guys. So my overall score for the course is going to be a 6.8. I think it's a fair score. with what they have, with what I saw, what I experienced, it's not bad, but it's not the best in the state. It is an average course. But I would highly recommend, if you're a beginner, if you want a place to play where it's relatively easy, where you don't have to use every club in your bag, where you're still trying to get the hang of the game, where you want shots that are relatively easier because the holes are shorter. If you want a place where you get a variety of having to hit over bunkers and water and be able to shape your shots properly and work on your straight game and your short game, this is a place I would suggest you come and play. And they've got an island green. I'm not going to lie, I was going to give this a 6.5, but the island green jumped it up a little bit, and I really love island greens, and I think that was probably the best part of the course, for me at least. So a 6.8 for Minnechaug Golf Course in Glastonbury, Connecticut. We are about a half mile away from Manchester Country Club. I'm not going to have any time to play that today, but I will be back up in the area. So before I go, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook at CT Golf Reviews. I'm really trying to push this channel out so that way it could become bigger and better and I can get more done with it. I'm looking for playing partners. I'm always looking for sponsors. So if you know anybody who wants to help out with the channel, that'd be great. And I'm really trying to get monetized so that way I can get some income from this channel so I can put it back into the channel. With all of that being said, I'm Chris with CT Golf Reviews, and I will see you on the next review.